I think it's important and, kind of manifesting and getting your life
old
in
man
order.
stuff.
It is, yeah. I mean, technology is great, but I think pen and paper is still king.
Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Warriors Mindset Podcast, where the sayings, riddles, and blunders of the wise come to you. We are Warriors Management. I'm sitting here with two of my business partners, Mr. Mitch Lilly.
What's going on, everyone?
What's going on? And I got Big Daddy Patty, our Chief Operating Officer.
What up?
And, I wanted to say Systems Czar. Oh, my gosh. I love it, guys. By the time this recording comes out, our company is going to be doing something that is going to take over Michigan. Oh, my goodness.
Pretty exciting.
Next level.
I don't even know what it is, but I'm excited.
That's right. You don't.
Listen, guys, we are adding a very important piece to the puzzle, a super experienced guy who I believe is smarter than all of us. Wait, cut that. I don't want him to hear this shit. No, don't cut it. It ain't true. We're smarter in other
like the
areas.
devil
But
and
he
the
is
angel
this,
on Jay's
we
shoulder
just
right now.
we just made a hire that is going to change the face of our company. And what I mean by that is that the face of our company is going to be more vibrant and joyful and good. And why?
I would add ambitious in there too.
Okay.
He's pretty ambitious. Or she.
No, but
maybe.
why is the face of our company going to be more vibrant?
Systems.
We are going to take this garage sale mess that we put together since you guys were children.
Yep.
It's been slowly getting better
Dude.
over the years.
I'm excited just listening to this.
I've been eating the elephant
Oh,
one piece at a time.
The elephant is down to the fucking bones. Let me tell you something.
I like bones.
Because I do too, marrow.
Yeah.
I heard there's big bone marrow inside elephant bones, actually.
Probably they got big bones.
No, I've read a lot about hunting like elephants and like Africa stuff. I grew up on you know why the WWF had to change their name?
Because of the WWF.
Yeah, the World
World
Wildlife
Wildlife.
Federation. But they would have like stuff on Saturday mornings in the good times. But anyway, elephants. But what I'm saying is that systems, and then leaders. This is what I've been preaching for years. Leaders that run the systems. And if the leaders are good, you don't even have to be great. You have to be good at some things. Actually, there's 10 things we're going to talk about that you should get good at today. But, and then the systems are good. I think that will equal great.
Well, I mean, I'm going to use a little train analogy here.
Greatness.
Your systems are like the rails for the train, right? And if your rails are crumbling, then your train is going to derail, and your train is your employees, your managers, whoever.
Yeah.
So you need to have good, solid rails to get that train moving down the tracks, right?
Yeah, and what's cool is, so for us at our company here, so I should say we started this podcast for a training system. So this is a communication tool for all y'all that work with us, 150 or so, give or take. But like, it's like if you have a system that is running, right? You have your system that's running, and the employees are just good. What happens is, if anybody could run them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, and the employees are able to focus on their jobs more than the system.
Yes.
Because if there's more structure and boundaries, then it's a lot more straightforward.
Yes.
I want to say something really quick. I think that ever since we started doing your guys' podcast, producing it, one of the first things you guys talked about were implementing systems and an org chart. And that has been literally life-changing business-wise. As soon as we had that podcast, I implemented a system for our project management, and our editors that we work with were like, this is incredible. And now they don't even have to worry about trying, because before it was just emails and messages, and implementing the system to put it in front of them so they have weekly and daily tasks that are regulated has changed our productivity level, and our employees are happier because of the system.
Okay.
Real-time testimonial to our advice working.
Hey.
It has changed our business.
That one was free.
Sounds
Actually,
like we are consultants to you guys, huh?
Oh, bill me.
I love it. Clarity with your people, and then there's all the guts in between, right? You got to do the work. But profits set you free, and when you get to the profits, then you can really do stuff. That's why you see people like Elon Musk, like, I'm going to buy his internet. Why? Because it's good internet. Why is he doing internet? Because he made profits selling cars, or actually a payment system, right?
Originally, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna we make this profit, whether it's one way or another, and then you take that profit and you're able to do other things, and all that trickles into your life, and you try to pay as little as what? Little what? Taxes, motherfuckers.
Abolish the IRS.
Yeah, but the systems matter.
Yeah.
And the org chart matters. And every year we've kind of reshaped things, but I think the reality is going into next year, it's the first time we have a real org chart this time.
Yeah.
Before it was kind of fantasy for me. It was kind of like manifesting.
Well, that's kind of, people are casting vision is huge. That's something that is crucial. And then the systems, when you start to implement them, then it becomes that reality of the vision that was cast, right?
Well, what's the Bible say about vision or lack thereof?
Where there is no vision, the people perish.
Where there is no vision, the people perish. Hey, guys, we have 3 different episodes. This episode is what, Mitch?
This episode is realistic entrepreneurship.
Yes, we are entrepreneurs, real ones, and we like to just be realistic. We also have our political perspective and our shine light, which is faith-based. I am a Protestant, Aquarius, and these guys, you're in a Protestant, Aquarius.
I am.
Too. What are you?
I am a Protestant.
Are you a Libra?
I'm a Libra, yeah. Yeah, that's what I am.
I got to remember that. You never talk about it, but Libras...
I don't talk about, what is that, Scientology? What is that?
Astrology.
Or astrology,
You
sorry.
don't pay attention to that.
Not really.
I started to.
Well, if you go back to our
Should I get the...
different episode, we talked about the
Yeah,
stars.
didn't we just talk about someone following stars to find someone?
We did. I just
Maybe
don't...
we should look into the stars.
I used to a little more back when I was younger, but
You probably will when you're older, because I didn't until like 3 or 4 years ago. Huh. Anyway, profits set you free, guys. So we have all these episodes. Please check us out, and please check out our restaurants. We are Warriors Management. We own and operate a bunch of companies, and one particular company I like to talk about today is the Grateful Crow.
Burger and
Grateful
sushi.
Crow.
Fusion bar.
Listen, burgers and sushi, right? And what's happening, guys? We also run a catering company called Chelsea Catering. It's both. It's the Grateful Crow. Anyway, we're bringing a gentleman aboard, and we are gonna be the best steakhouse. Now, we're not a steakhouse. We're gonna have the best steaks in Washtenaw County.
There we go.
Listen, Ruth Chris, we're gonna give you a run for your money.
Ruth Chris sucks.
Yeah,
I agree.
I actually like Texas Roadhouse better than I like Ruth Chris.
Yeah,
Texas
I agree
Roadhouse
with you.
is
They make some good
Texas
stuff.
Roadhouse.
Slaps,
I think
bro.
is the best steakhouse in the country.
Texas Roadhouse
Yeah.
slaps.
Longhorn Steakhouse is good, man.
I've been going to Texas
'cause
Roadhouse
you get a
for
lot
years.
For a little. Mashed potatoes, you get those rolls. With
Yeah, it's
that.
like $25 for a big old meal.
If you are in business at all, there's a good chance you're either, serving customers or employing people. But they're both people. So in order to really build a business, you have to have some sort of leadership skills, wouldn't you say?
And people skills, yeah.
People
Goes
skills.
hand in hand.
You have to do stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of stuff.
Yeah. So who would you say the most important person is to improve?
Yourself.
Fucking A
Jake,
right
show
is
me soda.
yourself. You know, too many people are focused on what other
gonna say
people
that
are
too
doing,
quick.
and they need to be focused on their goddamn self, right?
Absolutely.
And so right now we're going to tell you how to be focused on yourself and your business. Some nuggets, I would say, based on our experience and learning that may help you, especially if you're in our company. So if you're in our company, you should listen to this shit because these two guys are the leaders of the company.
And speaking of
Operations. You guys
focusing-
are everybody's in operations except 4 people.
yes, true. But speaking of focusing on yourself, you know, many people, they oftentimes blame their environment for their, I guess,
Shortcomings.
their shortcomings.
Oh, I
and-
used to do that.
Yeah, they'll blame their environment. They're like, well, if this changed, then, you know, I wouldn't be so angry. Or if this changed, I wouldn't be so blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, then they end up quitting that job or they get fired and they move on to the next job and it's rinse and repeat. Same thing happens. And they fail to recognize that they are the root of their own
Yeah.
demise.
They are. And like you if you are the leader anywhere, if you're a business owner, if you have manager in your like title, or if you don't but you aspire to make more money, you have to be a leader. You have to go at it.
Have joy. I don't like picking up my dog's poop, but I have to pick up my dog poop, and I go and I pick it up, and I'm thankful and I'm joyful that I have the ability to take care of an animal that is there, you know, emotional. As dumb as this sounds, emotional support. I love my dog. I'm happy that I have the ability and the resources to take care of that, to foster that, and instead of being like, oh, I gotta go pick up my dog shit today. It's like, well, it's part of life. I'm happy that I have the opportunity to do this.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is human dignity. Like when you have a job, like have some dignity if you choose to do that, because luckily we're in an almost free country, right? And it's like you get to choose where you work and what you do, right?
Absolutely.
And so therefore, why not have some dignity? Okay. And there's so much, and why not grow yourself?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
That's-
and yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, and growing yourself doesn't have to be this nasty pressure. I try to go home with 1 gold nugget a day, man.
Right.
You know, I leave here recording these podcasts and I'm learning more than anybody that's even listening. I'm learning more than you guys. I feel, you know, you guys are learning, you know, because the teachers and we're talking about it.
Yep. Yeah. Well,
So it's like just pick up. It doesn't have to be that much pressure. Like if one of these things stick out, grab it.
well, and absolutely, I agree. You know, don't be a sponge. You know, sift through the information.
Yeah.
Pick out little bits and pieces that pertain to you and your life at this moment. But you know, mentioning just people, you know, in their work environment and how you have the freedom of choice and whatnot. You know, if you're hired into a company, I've seen this firsthand actually, in previous years. You know,
In our company.
somebody's hired in to our company at the Grateful Crow or wherever, and say they're hired in and they're a fry cook. They start out at the fry cook position, and the fry cook position is, you know, it's
Tough.
tough, and people look down on it. They're like, oh, it's just the fry cook. You know, you're just frying French fries, and it's one of the hardest positions in the
Yeah,
the
just like
restaurant.
cutting pizza, I think is one of the
Yeah,
hardest pieces.
it's fast paced, it's high volume, and you're constantly working next to a hot fryer. You know, it's not easy. But you know, a lot of people, they tend to overlook that you need to take pride in something as simple as frying French fries, right? If you don't take pride in that and you don't try to produce the best possible French fries or the best possible tempura shrimp or the best possible panko chicken that you can possibly produce, how would you
panko
expect?
chicken.
How would you expect the upper management or your cooks to move you forward within that chain, right?
Yeah.
How do you expect to become a grill cook if you're not a good fry cook? Or how do you expect to become the saute chef if you're not a good grill cook?
Yeah,
right.
Especially in our company, like the Grateful Crow. It's like we have a fast food mentality, right? The United States, and like
Yes.
a lot of people work fast food, and so when people come into that kitchen, they have a fast food mindset. Like, yeah, fry at McDonald's. Yeah, you should learn that in a week, and then you should learn grill, and then you should use front. And by the end of, say, 3 months, you're pretty proficient in everything.
Right.
You can even say the same thing with Jet's Pizza. But with something like that, that's an art, and it's a science, yes, but it's an art, and there's so much more to learn. So much more to
Absolutely.
achieve, actually.
I mean, you know, in Japan, we're a sushi restaurant partially.
Yeah.
In Japan, they stick somebody, a new hire or somebody who is coming up in the industry, they're on rice duty for like,
It's like
a
10 years,
significant
isn't
amount of times. I've heard 10 years. Could you imagine just focusing on cooking rice
Yeah.
for 10 years and you're just
Yeah.
trying to hone in on that
Well, you know what?
specific part
you're,
of the craft?
You're actually right. And the documentary I saw said 8. It was 8 years.
Yeah.
And one guy was in like year like 6, and he was happier than shit. He
Yeah.
just made a lot of rice every day, and like I'm sure he made money, you know. And you know what that takes? Takes devotion.
Yes.
Number one.
Absolutely.
Number one is be devoted. Like you get to pick what you want to do, so be devoted.
Absolutely. Put
Yeah.
your heart into it, guys.
Yeah. And we kind of just talked about that. You got to put your guts into it because you choose to be there and have some dignity about yourself. But this one is super important, and I have a problem with this one, Pat. What is this one? Because I think you
think-
have this down.
Yeah, I do pretty good at this.
You're a pro, Pat.
Being quick to listen and slow to speak.
Yeah.
So absorbing the information before you spew out
Yeah.
your
listen.
response.
You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them in proportion.
Yes. So listen. Number 2, like be slow to speak. Strategize your thoughts. You know, I got accused one time of being deceptive because I was strategizing my thoughts. I strategize my thoughts. I strategize what we do.
Well, you went home thinking about it. Now you just have to learn from it. Take the nuggets and correct the mistakes,
Yeah.
right?
I
There's
made-
nothing you can do except
I made
move
2
on.
mistakes, and you know what? That's not that bad considering.
You did a lot of talking yesterday with a lot of different
Dude,
people.
I did nothing but meetings from 11 until 6 p.m. And there were a little less than 20 different people that I had to communicate to. There was 9 people in our first meeting.
Speaking of mistakes, yesterday I kind of made one. It wasn't really me who made the mistake, the root of the mistake. However, this morning I was on my way in and I got a text from Joe. And whenever I get a text from Joe, especially if it's early in the morning,
You're like, oh, fuck.
I'm like, what happened now?
Joe's our chef, guys, and partner.
Yes.
Our chef partner at the Grateful Crow.
He's been on an episode.
Oh, yeah.
So he texted me and he said, hey, the circuit to the grill cooler
oh, boy.
popped
Oh, Mitch.
last night. That means that, you know, a lot of burgers and stuff went bad probably because
Let's
the
not talk
circuit went
about
out.
that. We were just talking about profit.
I know, unfortunately. But and you know, yesterday I was in the meetings and I'm trying to coordinate this guy to clean the hood, and he must have sprayed water into an outlet and popped the circuit that the grill was on as well, which caused that.
Oh, that's a delay in
Did
the
you get
profits.
Slainer over there?
Well, it's pretty easy. You just reset the
just
breaker,
pop.
right?
Yeah.
You reset the breaker, but I was like, well, damn, that sucks.
That's
I'm
nice.
like, my bad.
Yeah.
I should have checked, everything before I left, but I was in my own project when he was doing that.
Yeah.
So
Do you know why? Do you know the foundation of the problem that made that mistake? Because that's not like you.
yeah,
I mean, when you're in a project, you're kind of like the guy, I'm going to take the time, do it right, get it done right.
well, because I wasn't doing the project. We hired somebody else to
Yeah.
do it, and I just forgot to fully check his work.
Because our meeting systems aren't in place good.
Yes.
That's the foundation.
Yes.
Because we don't have a system for meetings in which we're talking about.
Yep. So I was pretty upset this morning
Yeah,
with
well,
myself for not checking. And, I'm like, okay, well, I will be sure to check in the future. That way I don't make that mistake twice.
Well, that leads us to number 3. It sounds like you're respecting the business and respecting your job and respecting the money,
yeah.
right?
You have to.
You have to earn respect, right? And you have to, it's kind of like you have to give it right away, but you have to earn it at
Yes.
the same time.
Absolutely.
Right? What do you think?
I think we're in a position where we have to, and trust goes along with this. You have to give it maybe before you're ready, and hope that the person honors it.
Yeah.
And when they don't, I cut them off.
In our particular situation, we have no choice but to hire and trust well, we're going to respect because we respect people. But then we have to watch and make sure they respect the job,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
And this comes down with respecting yourself too. So
I was
do a
gonna hit
good
on
job
that,
by
actually.
respecting yourself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to respect yourself by putting the best quality product and the best work you can out into the world, right? If you're constantly putting crappy product out into the world, that's disrespecting yourself
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. And so when you choose to do a particular job or take a job or start a business, you better do number 4, right? You need to do number 4 and define what you want. Define what you're going to do. Define who you are. Define what type of business you want to do. You have to define that stuff because, I've said this before to you guys. I say it to the young people, the define, learn, do.
Yep.
Usually it's like get a job and do the job. You're right. You go do, you learn the job, and then it defines your lifestyle. Define your lifestyle, and then learn from those who are going to help you get there, and then do the work that they like. I wrote, maybe I'll read it later in the podcast, but I told someone, I said, I walk with billionaires and millionaires.
It's true.
And so I'm just doing what they're telling me to do.
And really, so part of that learn
Sifting.
and doing is strategizing, right?
Strategizing. You have to strategize. Like I was saying, strategize my thinking. I'm always trying to strategize my thinking and strategize the humans.
Well, and, break it down to even, strategize your week, strategize your day.
Yes.
Yesterday I was sitting. We have a lot to do this week. We're trying to move Victoria out of her apartment and get all that finalized. That way we can kind of put that behind us and
Very
move
good.
forward with our lives. And I was like, wow, we have a lot to do this week. I've got to plan out my week and plan out my days. So
Yeah.
I sat down yesterday and took 10 minutes to just write down my schedule for today.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? When am I going to wake up? It's like wake up,
yeah.
go to gym, get to gym by 7, work out, come to podcasts, do this, stop at the store. It's like get every little detail that you can in order. That way there's less questioning and less confusion as you're trying to navigate your day.
Well, that means I'm going to bring out my black book. Okay. And my black book has all my notes, thoughts, journaling, but it has my strategy for the week and the day. I'm not going to show you guys my strategy, but I have it written out. And we were talking about alarm clocks earlier. My alarm clock goes off at 7 and I'm worked by 11. And in between 7 and 10, I try to take some time to myself, and then I'm hitting the ground running at 11. And until I get home, which is usually 9, after 9, I'm pretty free. So I'll strategize the best I can.
Right?
Yeah.
What about you, Pat? You strategize?
Yeah, I read it in a book one time, and a lot of times it's in my head, which I need to be better about writing it down.
Yeah.
But
If you don't write it down, it doesn't exist.
yeah,
I'm getting used to it.
yeah, you're always writing stuff.
That's
down
why I got the
Now.
black book.
Now.
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. You were taking some notes.
Yeah, I've been working at it, man.
Yeah.
I've said this in the past on a past podcast, but I've been against traditional pen and paper, but I'm trying to move towards it because, I think it's important and, kind of manifesting and getting your life
Old
in
man
order.
stuff.
It is, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
technology is great, but I think pen and paper is still king.
Yeah. Number 6, prioritize.
Yeah, and I mean, that goes with it. I mean, Mitch, you talked about you're going to go to the gym first thing in the morning, so you're prioritizing your physical and mental
fitness.
well-being,
Yeah.
fitness. I mean, I do the same thing. Pretty much the first thing I do when I wake up is drink a bunch of water, go for
Same.
a walk. Out
Yeah.
for a
Four-
walk.
40 ounces of water as soon as I woke up, basically.
Well, you know, it's kind of funny because 2 16-ounces right when I wake up while the coffee's boiling.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty
I-
good.
Yeah, I just need to get it in me because I can feel it in my brain.
Yeah.
And you know, I was talking to someone else my age. I'm in my late 40s, almost half a century old. And I was like, "How long does it take you to get your ticker going now?" He's a little younger than me. And he was like, "Oh man, I just got to get right up." He goes right into the shower. He goes, "I spend 45 minutes in the shower, shit,
45.
Dang.
425 or 45?
30 to 45 minutes in the shower, shitting, reading, shaving." He goes,
Wow.
he pisses first and then goes to town. He doesn't even leave the bathroom.
He doesn't piss in the shower?
I actually always piss in the shower.
There's
And
two
if
people in this world: people who piss in the shower and liars.
yeah, because even my shower, it takes a minute to get it hot, you know.
Yep.
And so
Oh, that thing does take a minute to get hot.
yeah, it does in the lake house. And so what I'll do is I'll stand right there and piss right in the shower instead of using the toilet. I figure I don't want to waste water.
save some water,
If
yeah.
my wife is
I
using
do.
the bathroom in the morning, we wake up at the same time. That usually happens like once or twice a week. I just pee right into the tub. And she's on the toilet, and I'm like, "Sorry, you gotta
Dude.
do this. I gotta go."
Do you run the water after you pee?
I wait for her to get out, and then I go take a shower.
Oh,
usually.
you do a
Or
shower,
she'll
yeah.
go
Because
take
the
a
only
shower,
reason
like-
I would only do it if like there's a bunch of soapiness happening afterwards, so
It's
it
just a
doesn't
big urinal,
smell.
honestly. Like
Yeah.
the soap's gonna be in there
Yeah.
at the end of the day eventually.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, this leads me to number 7, inspire.
And I think that
Inspire.
I mean, this is one of your great traits. I mean, you're the vision caster, the inspirer of
Absolutely.
the people.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I like to be called the hype guy most of all, but you know, for me, that's why it's part of our mission statement is like be a positive impact on coworkers and the community, which I'm going to change. I want to inspire the community. I had another word. What was it?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I want to rewrite that because we sell more than food, great service, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to rewrite
Influence, positive
influence, be a positive influence.
Kind of rebrand that. a
Yeah,
little bit.
and that's what inspiring is. So like, what is inspiring? Here, let's read what it says here. A leader's job is to help people envision a better future for themselves and the world. Okay, like that's what for themselves and the world,
Absolutely.
right? And so that is why people stay in companies. Because they're inspired. It's not always the money. Actually, the motherfuckers that want to just be there for the money, the only people like that I want is salespeople.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, but they got to have some tact with it. You know, be a team player. But like to inspire can change lives.
Well, and you know, when I first started working out, it was for me, right? And it
Yeah.
still is for me.
Yeah.
But I think what holds me more accountable nowadays is that I have inspired a lot of people along my journey, and I want to continue inspiring people. And you know, even my dad sat down and he was like, you know, I kind of, you know, fell off track a little bit. I wasn't as consistent as I should have been for a couple months, and he said, "Man, like you got to get back in the gym." He said, "You really inspired me to start going to the gym and focus on my health and fitness." And you know, now he's been going to the gym and consistent for a year, as well as
Yeah.
my mom. And that's huge, man. And not only them, but people in our company as well.
Yeah.
So that's what drives me nowadays is just, you know, continuing to be a good influence to my coworkers and my community.
Yeah.
really.
Well, you know, it's funny because your dad did number 8 to you. Number 8 is serve.
Absolutely.
Your dad served you right by just talking to you about that after you inspired him. That is a clear like it you reap what you sow.
Yes. Yeah.
You reap what you sow. You get what you plant. And it's like you shouldn't give to get, but this, or inspire to get, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, but serve. And so number 8 is to serve. Like serve others. When you serve others, actually, we're entrepreneurs. We have companies. We're profitable companies, meaning for profit, and we are profitable. But if we serve others, then it makes you more profit.
Well, and it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Like making others feel good makes you feel good.
So you have a system that makes the job, even if it's tough, streamlined. You have inspiring leadership, which makes the culture good and people liking to be there. So therefore you get better production and more profits.
Absolutely.
You know what I think is really cool is there's a couple of our leaders who have been saying a lot that we're servant leaders. Like they literally say, part of my mission of being here is to serve the people.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, just to put this into perspective, if you have a customer who walks in and you serve them amazing food or an amazing product and, they call back later and they're like, hey, I just wanted to let you guys know that, that food was amazing. It was incredible. And you really made our night with that.
Yeah.
That makes you feel really good. You're proud of it, makes you feel happy inside, kind of moves you in a positive direction in life.
Yeah.
And you could also have the flip side of you serve them a shitty product and they call back and they're like, hey, my food was cold. It was presented bad. It tasted like crap. That's going to make you feel bad.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny because you're using two different definitions of serve. You serve people food,
Right.
So good food, but then you serve people in regards to acts of service,
Yes.
And like if you do that in the hospitality industry such as ours, you usually can get a big win if your food's good,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely.
And how do you get your food good? How do you get good at all these things? You got to learn. So number 9 is read. I
Leaders
have
are readers.
leaders
Yeah, that's
are
literally
readers,
what I was thinking.
and not all readers are leaders, but real leaders are readers.
Absolutely. It's
Is
the
that
truth.
Warren Woodward.
Yeah. But anyway, like I can't get into the listening to a book thing.
I like it for
really?
driving.
I'm really having a hard time doing that. Like I want to go to sleep listening to a book, but I've been going to sleep lately listening to Joe Rogan or Ed Milet because it's soft, right?
Yeah.
But like I can't get into it and I'm kind of a dyslexic reader. So like what would you guys suggest in regards to reading and like being able to do it without being frustrated? Because I don't even spell that well.
I mean, I put my phone in another room, no distractions, just trying to only focus on that and read the pages.
So that's
many
when you
times
don't
as
text
need.
me back real quick. You're reading
sometimes,
in the morning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
I can't do it. I can't read. Like I can't sit down and read. I will forget everything that I heard. Or not heard, but read. I just can't. It's
Were you vaxxed as a child?
Well, so for me, I used to read before bed a lot, and it was more so a way to help me sleep. I would fall asleep quickly while reading.
Oh, like
And then
it's
you failed
pointless for me
75
to
hard
read
'cause you fell
everything,
asleep.
anything
Yeah.
when I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Then I failed 75 hard because I fell asleep reading my book. But that's aside the point.
Did you really?
I think
Oh, that's terrible.
I know. So I found what works best for me is to actually sit down at a table. Don't be too comfortable. Sit down at a table, take some notes, have your notebook open. And, just we talked about pulling the nuggets out, the little nuggets that you learn. Try to pull out little nuggets.
Yeah.
Sift through the information. You don't have to be a sponge and try to absorb it all, but take away key points. And I find that more just way more effective.
the only book I force myself to sit down and read is the Bible. This is the only book that I it is a battle.
It's
for
simple
me.
to read. It's
It- is a-
it's easy for me to read.
It is.
I mean,
not
I'm
easy for me
dyslexic.
to
I
read.
forget.
No, I
and
struggle
think, but-
with physically reading things.
Yeah.
and
The
it's 'cause
Bible, I don't.
Mind is in a million places.
Yeah.
But if I listen to music while I'm reading, like let's say, while I'm listening to or reading scripture, if I listen to like kind of like a worship type music, more of a somber music, I can read it a lot easier. If I just sit there in silence and read, I cannot.
Yeah,
do
because your
it.
brain's going.
Check
You
out,
need- the way your brain operates. You need to like.
It's a dopamine problem.
You gotta,
probably.
Yeah.
you gotta
Yes,
ting
definitely
it. You gotta
is.
like ting it.
I'm
Ping it.
constantly staring
Gotta
at
like
computers.
ping
That
it.
is my
Oh,
whole
ping.
job.
Oh.
Check out
Yeah.
Ashika Nito. He is pretty incredible for just that kind of focusing. Like it's
Shiko
like, it's
Nico?
Like Ashika Nito. He's a Japanese guitarist. It's real good.
Oh,
for
you're saying
focusing.
play his music.
Yeah, man. Play his
Oh.
music. While
I
you're
thought you
trying to
meant like
or
read his
focus on
book
stuff.
or something.
No.
Because it sounded like a book. I would
No,
wanna
it's
read.
it's music, but it's
Like
real
the
good
story of a
focus music.
samurai.
Well, that's kind of funny because on my way here, I was thinking about buying swords for our Christmas party. And I was like, where the fuck am I going to get swords by Monday? Anyway,
By Monday.
yeah. And the swords I'm going to give out at our Christmas party, this will be after our Christmas party, are honestly going to go to the people that are number 10, the most improved. And so number 10 is like seek to improve yourself.
Self-improvement is key in life.
Self-improvement. And it's like it's intense and you should take things very fucking seriously, but like it doesn't have to be, it should be like swimming in a good river with sunshine, and then at times there's storms, but it shouldn't be something that stresses you out. I used to stress out. I need to improve. I need to be this. I need to be this. But my wife always says on her emails, you ever notice when she sends you an email?
Enjoying the journey.
You got to enjoy the journey of improvement, but you have to intentionally
Absolutely.
try to do it by reading.
Well, and that's why a lot of people have New Year's resolutions and stuff, and
Coming up.
oftentimes those fail because they're trying to change everything at once. So, don't think that you're just gonna overhaul your entire life in 1 week or 1 month. Like, this is something that you have to work on a daily basis for the rest of your life, quite honestly. And you're never going to be, especially if you're someone who's really trying to become the best they can be, you're never going to be satisfied with that, and you're always going to want more out of
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's the top 10. Wow. Let's go through these again real fast. Number 1 is devote yourself. Number 2 is be a listener. Number 3 is respect yourself and respect what you're doing. Define what you want in life. Make sure you have a strategy on the daily, right, Mitch?
Oh yeah,
Oh, man. It helps you.
Absolutely.
You get more shit done.
way more.
100%.
Don't be a douchebag. So inspire people and be nice, but sometimes you got to be a little tough. And that is when you're tough on people, if you're serving them as a leader or working in a company, it goes a long way.
Tough love is real love.
Yeah, make sure you're reading and focusing on improvement. I call it like cautiously aggressive.
Yeah,
Make sure you're learning what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, well, that's all I got for today. You guys got anything else, fellas?
I don't think so.
I think we've covered it all.
Get
yeah.
comfortable being uncomfortable.
Get comfortable
Exactly.
being uncomfortable.
Don't use the pads in the squat.
Well, then, all you warriors, I hope you have a great Christmas. And we wish mint peace and blessings and good times during this beautiful time of year, huh?
Amen.
Cool.
Merry Christmas.
See ya.